In today's Relationship 911, we have a question from Leslie. Leslie says that her boyfriend loves to gossip, and it doesn't make her feel so comfortable. She wants to know what she should do. So that's a great question, Leslie. And before we go into specific action items on what you can do with your boyfriend, let's talk a little bit about gossip in general. Because gossip essentially is talking about other people. Now, what I find interesting is that you and I, we talk about other people all the time. Because as life coaches, relationship coaches, we help people and we talk about who we spoke to and what's going on. And what's interesting to me is the distinction between what we do and what other people do is there's observation and there's judgment. And gossip is all about judgment, which is essentially saying something is wrong. Somebody is doing something or is making choices that is different than what they actually should be doing.
And in this case, a lot of times what people are doing is they're projecting their own inner judgment out into the world, either because they haven't known how to do their own work or they haven't been willing to see themselves. So they put it out into the world and then kind of somehow feel justified and better about themselves temporarily.
Yeah, so basically the stuff that people don't like about themselves is usually the stuff that they're seeing in other people, and that's what they're gossiping about.
Yeah.
So the question then is, what do you do if your boyfriend is gossiping about others? So do you have a recommendation on what she should do?
Well, I think part of it is to see, always when you see something that someone else is doing, there's a little bit of judgment in it. Like, he shouldn't be doing that, involves some judgment as well. So you might look inside of yourself and say, what about that does it remind me of inside of my own life? What does it feel like when I feel like he's doing that out in the world? And you may have an inner dialogue or process for yourself. And then you can actually ask him, what do you get out of saying this about other people? Why do you feel like you need to say that? And maybe some of it is going to be validating him, having him feel heard, having him feel loved, so that he doesn't feel like he has to go and project what he's feeling out on others.
Yeah, a lot of people grew up in homes where gossip was normal. That's what they did. And, my big question for you is he gossiping to other people, or is he just kind of sharing with you? And if he's just sharing with you, then that may be just a kind of a way that he's able to release these thoughts and release this stuff in a safe place. If he's doing it with other people, then that's a whole nother conversation. But I think what you shared is really beautiful, is that this may be just something that he needs to do, and it's a way for you to either validate him and just listen so he can get it out, but it also may be an opportunity for you to, without making him wrong, share your perspective and start sharing ways that maybe he can look at it where these people aren't doing anything wrong, and you can kind of teach him about compassion and how to release judgment.
I love that. So if this resonated with you, this conversation, or you have a story about how you've overcome gossip with someone or in your own life, we'd love to hear you share about it.
And for more Relationship 911 and help with your relationship, click the subscribe button.